What's up everybody, this is BR, and let me start off by saying that I love Apex Legends. Apex Legends is one of my favorite games of all time, and it's the only battle royale that I actually give a shit about. And I do think that goes for a lot of people. And I definitely enjoyed the time when Apex Legends was just on top of the world. I mean, you couldn't escape it. But notice how I said was, because I think that era has been gone for a while now. And ever since maybe like around season 10, Apex Legends has been kind of on a steady decline. Not enough for it to not be popular anymore, but at the very least for it to just, be kind of in this shitty position, where it seems that the mainstream just isn't into it anymore, and most of the players who are continuing to play the game are just kind of frustrated with it. I mean, it's still a fun game, and I'm still going to be coming back to it every once in a while, but, I'm not going to be dedicating all my time to it. Obviously, this could just be chalked up to new game releases coming out, since we are in this holiday season where new games are just going to come out left and right because of Black Friday and Christmas and all that stuff. It's a great time for companies to be making a lot of bank. However, some people would actually say differently, and that's where I have to bring up this article where Imperial talks about what is happening with Apex Legends. Which is a little concerning if everything he says in this article is true, but, let's just get into it. So short and sweet, this article is based off around a tweet that Imperial has posted onto his Twitter account. There's two parts to it, one part talking about the player counts and the other one talking about what Respawn needs to do at this very moment. The part regarding player counts has to do with the fact that Apex Legends has on average been losing players gradually over time, which to be fair isn't representative of the entire gaming sphere, as Apex Legends is also featured on consoles and this is only showing the Steam charts. But I think it's safe to assume that maybe this is a similar trend with other consoles as well, which although Apex does get some high peaks during the beginning of a season because of the honeymoon phase as he calls it, as far as actual trends go, the game has been declining for a while now. But really we should be taking this data with a grain of salt. Who knows if this is entirely accurate, if it tells the entire story. Of course it's data. Data doesn't lie, but people can interpret it wrong. But let's get back to it in a bit. He's also talking about how Respawn also has to accept the issues and not abuse the opportunity that they have with Apex, as he says in the tweet. All in all, this post doesn't seem to be done with malintent. Of course, Imperial is a professional gamer and does play Apex Legends professionally, so of course he's going to be concerned if his pretty much career is going down the tubes gradually. And if there is some sort of correlation with something that Respawn can do, of course he wants to bring it up. So all this means is that we can take this post seriously, but we should still have a little bit of restraint on what he's saying. So what I'm just trying to say is that I don't think Imperial is just making these statements to just, drive up engagement with his posts. I don't think he's the kind of person to do that, and I don't think he has evidence to do that. Maybe I'm wrong. Please correct me down in the comments if I am. So all in all, I do think he has some sort of point here because I can relate with him a little. Personally, I don't feel like Apex Legends really has been doing much to, drive me into playing the game. I still play the game, but I'm not really looking forward to do so. For example, I used to actually get really excited when patch notes used to come out because they usually featured a lot of things that I thought would be damn, this is gonna change a lot. And I would just get so excited for all this new stuff to, come out with the game. But it doesn't seem to be like that anymore. Looking at these last patch notes, it just hasn't really been enticing me, to get excited for the game anymore. For example, in this new season, there really hasn't been much added into the game that would actually affect the Battle Royale experience. Most of the additions were kind of outside of the game. And even then, they're not really that good. Stickers, I love the designs, I don't like how they're implemented. The fact that you can only put it onto, healing items just isn't enticing. I'm not gonna be paying fucking, I don't know how much to pay for them. I know that the prices are terrible, but I haven't looked into them because I just don't care. The new animations that were added last season, but near the end of last season, so technically it's this season, all for the sake of stickers. Okay, thanks for the change. They look nice. Does it change the Battle Royale experience? Absolutely not. It's not like golden magazines. It's not like removing the barrel stabilizer and exchanging it for laser sights. It's not changing a weapon's ammo type, or hell, it's not even adding a new weapon. We didn't get a new weapon this season. And honestly, this season's patch note is criminally short. First off, the new map sucks dick. I don't like playing it. I won't go too in-depth with it. I'm glad that Olympus is available this season. If we had to play Stormpoint and this new map, I wouldn't touch the fucking game. The gimmick for the new map kinda sucks. It really is just a zip line. I thought it would be a lot closer to the skyhook like in BioShock, at least in implementation and the way that it's used. It really isn't. It's just a more curvier zipline, and it's only used as a zipline. It really doesn't have any other purpose other than that. I was expecting to see an entire arena, just filled with these things, kind of to change heights and different things, change your positioning a lot quicker. We didn't get any of that. And the new Legend is fine. I really don't have anything to say, but Legends really don't influence that game that much. Unless you come out stupidly broken like Seer, we really don't talk about new Legends like a week after they're out. And if you thought that this is what Apex Legends has pretty much always been, new season, new map, new legend, that's it, let me show you Season 7, which arguably is what fucking launched Apex Legends to the fucking stratosphere. Not only did Season 7 feature a new map and a new legend, which, speaking of maps, Olympus, fucking S-tier map, I mean, it just had so much to offer, new way to get around town, a lot of distinct POIs, not to mention that they were actually really good POIs to fight in. A lot of those POIs had their very own gimmicks, and honestly, it just made the game so replayable. So not only that, you also got the new Battle Pass system, which I thought was fucking amazing when I started playing Season 7. I thought that this was like fucking great. Star system, I still think is stupidly easy to get. Some people don't agree with me. But there was also a lot of things that changed before I even came on to Apex Legends, because I started playing on Season 7, and looking at these patch notes, a lot of things were improved. I mean, just look at all these changes here. Things that honestly we take for granted now. And just look at these balance changes, man. I still think that there's a lot of things that they could do with Apex now, but for some reason they just wholeheartedly ignore. Seriously, dude, they gotta buff some of the lower tiered legends or something, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But of course, how can I not mention the fucking, the best part of the fucking update? With Season 7, Apex Legends was finally released on Steam. If you honestly don't think that is the biggest W for Apex Legends, then you can just get out of my face. And what do we have now? There's still no cross progression. You get a couple of things rotated, a little bit of quality of life that doesn't really influence the game itself. Gifting and stickers, which nobody really asked for. Rotations with hop-ups and weapons. Yeah, comparing it really isn't much. And see, this is why I kind of agree with Imperial Hal when he does say that Apex does have some issues. And one of those things is that it feels like Respawn really isn't trying. And this isn't like an issue with content, of course. I'm one of those big advocates for, we don't really need like brand new content every single season to the same caliber as Fortnite, because, Respawn, treats their devs fairly. But there's a lot of things that could be changed that really don't require the dedication of time that, an asset would. Like, the UI changes, sure, that's great, but it's not going to influence the game. We're really just playing Season 14 plus. Season 14 plus a new legend, plus a shitty map, plus stickers, which I still don't give a shit about. So as far as enticing people to play Apex Legends, it really isn't doing much for itself. And it's also not doing great in the department of keeping players on. And there really isn't anything that really changes the game. I understand that people don't want change just for change's sake, but there are a lot of changes that just could be possible. But there isn't, so retainment, of course, is just gonna suffer. Especially when you have other multiplayer games that are also free to play that are competing for that same space. Apex Legends just has so much more competition now, which not only includes battle royales, but other free to play games, single player games, and new releases. And while this is like the most opportune time to just, go full on attack mode with Apex Legends, Respawn just decides not to. And I do have a theory for that, and that's because it's the holidays. They don't want to mess anything up greatly because it's the holidays, I don't think anybody wants to come back to the office to go, deal with a bunch of shit that they added into the game, which understandably it's completely fair. I do think that Respawn deserves, their very own break just like everybody else. It just sucks though, because this new season just isn't enticing enough, and it really doesn't want to keep me playing. I'd honestly rather just boot up Team Fortress 2. And I play Team Fortress 2 more often now. And that's why I agree with Imperial Hal. Respawn isn't focusing on things that could make the game, more enticing, more fun. Rather, they spent, last season working on gifts, stickers, a new map that sucks ass, a new legend that's alright. It just pales in comparison to other seasons. It pales to comparison when Apex was really at its prime. And I honestly do think that ended around Season 11. Let's hope that this is just a slump, it's just something short term, and it truly isn't a trend that is, predicting the future of Apex, which is just the downright downfall. Though we can't deny that the trend is there. Will the game continue to be one of the top dogs? I don't know. Will it still be popular? Probably, yeah. Do I think it's ever gonna die though? Not really, but it is getting a little worse though. And it's honestly up to you to determine whether or not this is truly a bad thing. But now I'd like to hear from you. What are your opinions about Season 15? What do you think about this trend? What do you think of Imperial Hal's opinion? Do you still think that Apex Legends is in its prime? Personally, I think that's already in the past, but maybe you still enjoy the game, even to this day. Maybe you still consider it one of the best games in the market right now. And I really wouldn't blame you, so, leave your opinion down in the comment section below. If you found this video interesting, like it if you like it, dislike it if you disliked it. If you'd like to see more content just like this, make sure to subscribe. And if you'd like to support this channel, I do have a Patreon in the description. Thank you so much to my fellow patrons, and I will talk to you later.